Hello, I'm Jeff Siegel, and welcome to our Friday SantaAnita.com analysis for the races at Santa Anita. Really going to pick our spots today. There are a number of races in here that I really don't feel offer a lot of value, and so we're going to start off slowly and then pick up steam. We're going to pass races 1, 2, and 3. Really can't get a feel for the first three races, and I don't think there's a whole lot of possibilities here to make money. The first race is starter race going a mile, and there are only 5 in the race, and maybe vote of approval. The bottom horse would rate a slight edge, but I'm not really feeling him that strongly. He's a Woodbine Invader who looks like he should fit with these. Twice the appeals, coming off a nice win, but I think he might be better around one turn. That's number 3. And number 4, Troy, is a Calder Invader for Jeff Mullins, who could be better than shown. So too many question marks there. I'm going to pass the first race. Second race is a maiden claimer for 3-year-old fillies going a mile. Number 5, Lemon Drop Ridge, is 4 to 5 on the morning line. I suppose she's the right one. Again, not a lot of value here. I don't really trust her, but I could see her win. I'm not real keen on anything else in the race, so I'm going to pass race number 2 as well. And the third race is a claiming race for fillies and mares, now winners of 2 for $25,000. Number 3, Separate Force, looks like she's good enough to win this race, but dropping in class for Mandela, coming off a rather lethargic effort, albeit against much tougher. Really not the kind of horse I want to take at 7 to 5. And the horse right next door, number 4, Champagne and Lilies, looks like she might be in decent form, but she's kind of slow on numbers. I'm not real keen on her either. So this is another race that I just don't get a feel for. So I'm going to pass the third race as well. All right, we can go to the fourth now and start getting going here. The fourth race, a mile turf race, claiming event. The inside 2 horses look to me like the ones that I'm going to concentrate on. Number 1, Recipient. Number 2, Yellow Slicker. So you can use those 2 in an exacta box if you would like. And of course, use them both in your rolling daily doubles and pick 3s and whatever else you'd like to play. Recipient, a filly by a point given, was a pretty decent third in the Blue Northern Stakes. She shows up here for a $50,000 tag, but she's still well above her claim level, so it's a legitimate spot for her. Gris Blanc rides her back. She should get a good ground-saving trip inside, and that's why she's 8 to 5. So not a lot of value for sure, but she does look like she fits very well. Also, Yellow Slicker, number 2, with Mike Smith aboard. Pretty good win 2 races back during the Oak Tree meeting. Last time out, she was an okay third against tougher going 7/8. Now she's stretching out to a mile and trying grass for the first time, and pedigree says she should handle it. So I think Yellow Slicker has a good look as well. But again, she's second choice at 5 to 2. So here again, we're dealing with the 2 favorites. Nothing special there, but in a small and rather modest field, I think the inside 2 post positions will benefit both Recipient and Yellow Slicker. So I'm going to use them both in our rolling exotics. Fifth race, maiden claiming event. These are 3-year-olds in for $30,000. And once again, the inside 2 should be very difficult here. Number 1, Sweet Consolidator, and number 2, Diamond Journey. I think the winner will be one of those 2. Sweet Consolidator is a 9-race maiden. That's a little hard to take sometimes, but she was in the money in her last 2 and beaten the neck last time. So while she's slow on numbers, at least she's a trier, and I think she'll be in the thick of things again. But Diamond Journey is an interesting possibility here. Daughter of Good Journey and Mike Pipey's barn, had been training down at Turf Paradise, showed up here and had a good recent work over at Hollywood. Now she runs here, and she's got 2 fairly decent races under her belt, one at Turf Paradise, the other at Hollywood in a maiden 32. So I don't think she's going to have to improve all that much. I think that's where the contention lies, the inside 2 in a very, very shallow field. Number 1, Sweet Consolidator, number 2, Diamond Journey, and I would use them both in again, all of your rolling exotics. 6th race, maiden special weight, going 2 turns on the grass, a mile, fillies and mares. And the number 1, Tashzara, the Irish bred, has got 3 fairly decent races since being imported from England, and most recently at Hollywood, she was a pretty good third, beaten just, actually second, beaten just 3/4 of a length. And that's why she's 9 to 5. Switching to Rosario, drawing the good rail, should get a good trip. So Tashzara figures tough. Mutually Benefit, the number 4 filly, actually is a little bit more intriguing to me because she has a really good race, 2 races back at Hollywood, which she finished very well and was second. Last time out on an off the turf, she didn't run all that well, but she's back on grass for Proctor, and I think you'll see a much improved effort for her with Gomez riding her, and perhaps opting for her over Tashzara. I don't know how that worked out, but maybe Gomez had his choice. Maybe he chose Mutually Benefit. In either situation, she continues to work well, and a repeat of her race before last puts her right there, and maybe even is good enough to win. And the bottom horse, Khendum, for John Sheriffs, has had some chances, but she's in the money in her last two, continues to work well, and won't have to improve all that much to win. I guess you have to throw her in, despite the fact that she's already a 7-race maiden. So the numbers there are 1, 4, and 8. Tashzara, Mutually Benefit, and Khendum. Maybe preference going to number 4, Mutually Benefit. She's 3-1 in the morning line. She'd be maybe our top pick, but we'll use all 3 in all of our rolling exotics. The 7th race is a good allowance race, good sprint. And this is a race in which number 1, Stacy's Hope, and number 2, Moonlark probably deserved top billing. I'm going to try to beat number 4, Square Eddie, the comebacker, the X-Class horse who's been training really, really well. He's been started and stopped on a bunch of times. I'm going to see one first, although recognizing that if he does run his best race, he's obviously going to be tough. But we'll try to beat him using just the inside 2 horses. Stacy's Hope actually beat Moonlark 2 races back. Last time out, Moonlark came out of that race and flattered it by winning with a huge 104 Beyer number. So both are in good form, both are sharp, and they go at each other again today, and it's just a matter of who gets to jump on who. Now, Moonlark's a little quicker, much quicker actually, than Stacy's Hope, who's perhaps most effective as a late-running sprinter, should like the 6.5 furlong trip. So I could see Stacy's Hope come right back and do it again, but Moonlark at 9-5 on the morning line, it has that huge recent win for Baffert, and it continues to look good in the morning, so maybe Moonlark with Bejarano deserves a slight edge over Stacy's Hope. I'll use them both, though, in my rolling exotics numbers 1 and 2, Stacy's Hope, and then our preferred horse number 2, Moonlark. 8th and final, another maiden claimer. This is the bottom of the barrel maiden claimer at maiden 20, fillies and mares, and again, not a whole lot to deal with here. We're going to use 2 horses, number 6, Truckee Thrust, also number 8, Mo Cheese. Truckee Thrust, 4-1 in the morning line. It's not a bad price. Not exactly the most generous race mare in the final furlong. She always seems to kind of back up, but maybe at this abbreviated 5.5 furlong trip she can open up and kind of hang on, which is what she's been trying to do without a whole lot of success of late. Mo Cheese is an 8-race maiden who figures to be behind, and then maybe she can make the last run. I don't see anything else in here that can win, so let's go 6, 8 in that order. Truckee Thrust and Mo Cheese, and a rather modest maiden claimer that doesn't really offer a whole lot of value. So not the greatest of cards today, but it will get better over the weekend, I'm sure. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow right here on SantaAnita.com. In the meantime, best of luck today at Santa Anita.